Hello, a warm welcome to you in the Ghatna Chakra book video. Let's begin this journey where we will present every topic in a simple, clear, and exam-oriented manner.
Have you ever stopped to think about how a simple object, like a piece of cloth or a carving, can somehow represent the entire history and identity of over 1 billion people? It's kind of amazing, right? Well, today we're going to dig into the symbols of the Indian nation-state to figure out exactly how that works. So, this is really the big question we're tackling here. How in the world does one single object speak for so many people from so many different backgrounds? It feels almost impossible. But as we're about to see, the answer is kind of hidden in plain sight, right in the specific words used to describe them. To get to the bottom of this, we're going to focus on two key symbols from our source material: India's national flag, the Tiranga, and the national emblem. And the descriptions are what's key here. The flag is a tricolor, and the emblem is a replica. Those words are doing all the heavy lifting.
Okay, let's start with the flag. Our source material describes it with one really specific, really powerful word: a tricolor.
Now, this statement is super short and to the point, but there are two words here that are absolutely crucial: Tiranga, which is its proper name, and tricolor, which is its official description.
So first off, it's important to get that Tiranga isn't just some generic term. It's the actual name of India's flag. You know, it gives the symbol a proper identity, just like a person's name does.
But the name itself holds a really big clue. The source goes out of its way to call it the tricolor. So what is that one word really telling us about what this symbol is?
And the genius here is just how simple it is. A tricolor is, well, a flag with 3 colors. That's it. The name is its visual description. This makes the symbol totally direct, totally accessible to absolutely everyone, just by looking at it.
Okay, so that's the flag. Now let's switch gears and look at the national emblem, because this is where the idea builds in a totally different way. Our source material doesn't say it's inspired by something, it says it's a replica.
And again, you got to pay attention to the super precise language here. The source doesn't say the emblem is based on or influenced by some ancient thing. No, it states very clearly that it is a replica. That one-word choice is doing so much work.
Which, makes you wonder, why that specific word? Why does it matter so much that this modern symbol is framed as an exact copy of something from thousands of years ago?
Well, think about it. A replica, by its very definition, isn't just an interpretation. It's a faithful, exact copy of the original. There's no wiggle room. It's a direct link.
And boom, that is the whole point. By being a replica, the emblem creates this unbroken, direct line from the modern country of India all the way back to the Mauryan Empire of Emperor Ashoka. That's over 2,000 years ago. It's this incredibly powerful claim to deep, continuous historical roots.
All right, so we've looked at how these very specific words define the objects themselves. Let's pull back now and look at the big picture, the huge ideas these symbols are actually designed to carry for a whole country.
See, at the end of the day, these symbols have a job to do. They aren't just pretty decorations. They perform 3 really essential tasks. First, they identify. Yep, this symbol belongs to us. Second, they unify, giving everyone a common touchstone. And third, they represent. They literally embody the nation's story to the rest of the world.
So let's tie all this together now. Why does any of this really matter? Well, it all comes down to the incredible power of creating a shared meaning, a story that everyone can be a part of.
And this is so cool when you see it laid out like this. Those two key terms from our source define two totally different kinds of national identity. Tricolor gives the flag its immediate visual identity, what you see right now. And replica gives the emblem its deep historical identity, where the nation comes from. It's the present and the past, all summed up in just 2 little words. And that right there is the answer to the big question we started with. A flag, an emblem, they work because they aren't just objects. They're basically stories packed into a single image. They provide the shared, easy-to-understand narrative that more than 1 billion people can look at and feel like they're a part of.
Which leaves us with one last thought, and it's a big one. If a national symbol is a story that everyone shares, then who gets to tell that story? And maybe, even more important, who decides if and how that story changes over time? Definitely something to think about.